Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Jokic is out there with Antetokounmpo. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Curry in at the point guard position.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. An All-Star week is one great show after another.
And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The kick out to Irving.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. He didn't talk a lot about their game strategy. It was just about getting guys involved when they're on the floor. He also wants to see certain lineups together. He said it's fun dreaming about what could be if you had all this talent on the same team. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. And here's Beal after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Now here's Leonard to the paint. Here's Tatum. Backed in off the glass. Tatum's got his second basket of the game.
And this game literally has been wide open. As wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Irving with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Leonard the pass to Beal. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by the West.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Knocks down the three ball. Doncic has got his second bucket tonight.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And this is the game plan for him. And he's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And it's in there.
Boy, a large frame and nimble feet and great strength allow Embiid to be bully balling guys down low.
Now here's Curry. 15 points in the game. And he's good on the three ball.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart. They're doing a lot of spectating there on D. But hey, it's the All-Star game.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. New players in now for the East. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Gobert, he's checked in for Jokic. Sabonis comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. George is checked in for LeBron. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Doncic. And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have it.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game. Levine. And the dunk by Williamson.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the two, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Here's Curry with the three. It's good again, and an excellent seventh-rate shooting night so far.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Hart usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Well, he's certainly seen his share of the ball tonight.
I would say maybe more than his fair share. He's not going to make too many friends out there if he's not willing to spread that sugar a little bit.
Here's Conley. He shoot again. The shot, no good. Gobert with the defensive effort. And here's Brown outside. Bangs on the trifecta.
And the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Here's Randall. Sabonis with the block.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Curry's shot is good.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Now here's Harden. He gets that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And they're running. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. Outside for Randall. Good on the three-point shot. Randall's got 5.
And, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle. And I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They'd like to see him take and make these shots.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the West All-Stars. How about this? He scored 30 points from beyond the arc so far. His long-range game is on today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
On the court right now as the second quarter starts for the West All-Stars. They've got Simmons. Sabonis is out there with Gobert. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Paul in at the 2.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Lillard from outside. The shot comes out, so the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Harden has a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And Paul gets it to go in.
And the hoops aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Mitchell, Gobert with the block. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Simmons is driving inside. I'm telling you, he's going to sky up for the flush. Getting to the bucket in no time.
Here's Mitchell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gobert with the block. Pushing it up. A three. A three-pointer's right on target.
How about the big fella stepping outside and showing us some range?
Boy, he gets some grief for that shot in the regular game, but in this setting, you're allowed that kind of latitude and freedom.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way at East. He wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
A big group substitution here for the East. Embiid, he's checked in for Vucevic. Tatum comes in for Zion Williamson. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Antetokounmpo comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Paul. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And here's Simmons for three. Can't get at the ball, and he's missed the second after making his first. Mitchell against Doncic. Fires the three. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And when he's hitting from deep, Mitchell's practically unguardable. Can't crowd him out there. He'll just drive right around you.
And Doncic gets it to go.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Fires for three. And Damian Lillard good for the three. Lillard's got 6.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Mitchell passes to Tatum. Good. And it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Tatum continues to expand his range, and with his size and length, he can shoot over most defenders.
Three-pointer, Lillard trains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Leonard with no one around. But they recover it. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Stolen by Tatum. To the inside. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. And some changes here for the East. Julius Randle's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Beal comes in for Mitchell. And it's Conley in for Irving. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Jokic, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Paul George comes in for Simmons. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Damian Lillard.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the West All-Stars. 22 is their biggest lead. Hits the three-point bomb. 12 points for him.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Tatum wide open, fires one. Here's Embiid. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's in. He's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Jokic with the steal. And Doncic, here we go.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Here's Conley. Outside Tatum. Passes it to Randle. Over in the corner, Conley. The 3 from Tatum. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Tatum's got 10 points in the quarter.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
The 3 for Doncic. Nailed from three-point land. Doncic has got 20 points.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back-at-you 3. The revenge triple.
Embiid. Another field goal for him. shooting tonight.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Giannis, that's a two-pointer. Again, the West All-Star.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
And Randall throws it down.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Brown, good.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up. So it'll be Jaylen Brown shooting. It goes on Jason Tatum. And the East with some changes. Williamson comes in for Joel Embiid. And Levine subbed in for Jason Tatum. Then for the West All-Stars, Sabonis, he's checked in front of the Gumbo. And Chris Paul's subbed in for George. Paul with the three. Good. And the assist goes to Duncan. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Beal, that's for 2. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the West All-Stars running away with this one. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. The West putting on a show in that first half. And that's exactly what the All-Star Game is all about. So much talent on the floor for the Western Conference this year, and they're putting it all to use. The East in danger of getting their doors blown off if they don't turn things around in a big way in the second half.
Well, when it comes to a shootout, the Wild West is what it's all about. These guys scoring clutches. Really hard to match up with. The East has tried to put up a fight, but they don't really have the same level of talent as you've seen in the first half.
We know the Western Conference roster is filled with superstars, not just all-stars. But the best of the best in the East aren't going to just go down without a fight. I think the East needs to be a little bit more physical and probably work a little bit harder, and the second half is going to be fun.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
On. Oh, buzzer.
One half remaining in the NBA All-Star Game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Jason Tatum is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Irving at the 1. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. The East All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And the technical free throw is good.
And quite simply, Beal is an all-NBA player in our league. A multi-dimensional guard who does many things well, especially scoring the ball. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
But they'll get another chance. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And Irving with the basket on the assist from Leonard. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
The team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score. score the basketball.
Irving. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Right there, Irving does a nice job of anticipating the contact, so he braces himself for it and then works through it.
Both free throws good for Irving. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's LeBron. Good on the bucket.
I love the way James maintains his concentration, even against tight defense there. I mean, looks like the defense had no chance.
Now here's Beal. And Jokic with the rebound. Giannis outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the East. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for the West. Damian Lillard comes in for Doncic. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Down low over Lillard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Boy, I tell you, it's pretty obvious. Embiid takes pride and enjoys tricking his defenders and getting them to jump on the pump fake.
Simmons checked in for the West. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And the West All-Stars have possession. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Jason Tatum.
You know, really, when you look at Antetokounmpo, he's got it all. I mean, he can score it, rebound it, he passes it pretty well, defends with intensity, and he's really versatile and gonna continue to get better because of his work ethic.
Vucevic checked in for the East. Outside Tatum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got his fifth assist in this one.
Oh, I tell you, when Tatum puts it all together, he is so much fun to watch. He's a player with a very bright future.
Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Tatum, and he pulls in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Tatum doesn't just make J's now. He's a complete offensive player, a lethal scorer.
Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it back.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Irving attacking, and he gets it to go. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter.
Knifing through the defense like warm butter on a biscuit. Irving knows how to get to the rim.
Here's Curry with the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
Here's the pass to Irving. Tatum trying to break free. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Julius Randle's checked in for the East. James Harden comes in for Leonard. The West also making some changes. Sabonis comes in for Antetokounmpo. And Georgia subbed in for Steph Curry.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Harden gets the bucket.
And teammate to teammate on the assist that time.
Well, the communication between them, that's what we see every game during the regular season, and it's on display here in the All-Star week as well.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Lillard from outside. Here's Sabonis. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
You know, at 240 lbs, Sabonis knows how to get position on the boards, and he's a dependable rebounder, too.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Zion Williamson comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Levine subbed in for Mitchell. Brown is checked in for the West. Hall comes in for Lillard. Harden with the stop.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient Jackson with that beautiful assist.
And here's Brown outside, drills the three-pointer. Brown's got 12.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Three-pointer. It's hauled in by George.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Bounce pass from Sabonis. Paul with the three. That falls. Nice speed that time from Sabonis.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Plenty of daylight on action. He's got 18.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Paul with the three. Connects from three-point range. Paul's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the West All-Stars. Irving looking over the floor. The East All-Stars check on two more.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Brown, good.
You know, the three-point shot, guys, is something that Brown continues to improve upon. It's important for him to be knocking down these looks to expand his offensive repertoire.
Harden's shot is good.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Paul with the three. It's in. He's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Boy, can't let Paul find his groove because once he does, he's in attack mode 24/7.
The East All-Stars have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6. Real good, James Harden. And the East with some changes. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Randall. Beal comes in for Zach LaVine. And Mike Conley subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Jokic comes in for Gobert. And it's LeBron in for Paul George. Here's Harden. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have it. Harden outside. Hands it from downtown. Harden's got 14 points.
Harden is a smart player. I mean, when the defense isn't right on him, he makes them pay. Love seeing him shoot that pull-up. Nice.
Paul for three. It's in. He nails the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A three at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the West All-Stars with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The score. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star Game.
And, you know, we always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star Game, is there?
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Domantas Sabonis. Doncic out there with Chris Paul. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's James in at the small forward position. Conley finds Beal. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists tonight.
And this is his bread and butter. Give Beal these looks from deep, and he is going to knock him down.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And the East All-Stars making a change here. Tatum's checked in. Curry's checked in for the West. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Leonard dishes to Beal. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Curry outside. Traps in the tray. Curry's got 45 points.
Well, he's filling it up right now. Getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Timeout called East All-Stars. And one of the major pushes from NBA players was to get more people, Clark, out to vote.
Love it, Kevin. Again, creativity. Clearly, this circumstance and the climate of our country, the platform that NBA players and all athletes have to be able to voice their concerns and inspire and encourage and help others become aware of things that are not right and what we can do to influence and inspire change. All of that is part of our responsibility as human beings to try to live right and do right by others. The things I've seen from the players in their agitation and activation and commitment is inspiring and is compelling me to think about how I can be more and be better and do more and do better.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Leonard's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Giannis. And Tatum pulls it down.
And, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Hits it from 3-point range.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense and overcommitted and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
It's Curry outside. Kept alive.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys. Anticipating where the miss was going.
Outside Conley. Here's Leonard. And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, an excellent shot blocker.
Here's Curry with the 3. The putback. Giannis on the follow. Giannis has gone 3 for 7 tonight. Antetokounmpo against Conley. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Fires from deep. East grabs the miss.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage you put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
The shot by Beal, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look. No, it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Leonard attacking. Here's Embiid. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Boy, Embiid wants to own the inside on both sides of the floor. He is a force in the paint and relishes hitting those boards.
What's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And here's Leonard from 3. The West All-Stars pull it in. Giannis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. From deep three-point range, here's Jokic. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and it picks up 2. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, a lot of energy and hustle on display from Jokic that time. Never giving up on a possession.
Here's Embiid, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
James Harden, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Then for the West All-Stars, Sabonis, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Jaylen Brown subbed in for LeBron. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his pass is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. I just appreciated really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point. Doncic with the block.
Yeah, the defensive Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
The East making a switch. Irving's checked in. Inside, and Beal kicks to Irving. Back to Beal. This one for three. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his fifth assist in this one.
And it's fun watching Beal take these shots. He's a master at knowing when to catch and fire.
It's good from long range. Curry's got 57 points.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
He's flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's good.
Terrific ball movement. Harden with perfect timing on the pass. That's often overlooked when the pass gets there. He relishes his role as distributor.
Here's Curry with the three. Buries it from three-point range.
Just a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. Just in a groove now, and that tray has been deadly.
And here's Leonard from three. Score the basket, his fifth of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 banks.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter a shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the West All-Stars. And here's Brown outside. Sinks the triple.
Hey, Brown is very serious about his scoring. I mean, he's got the green light to fire up from just about anywhere out there, and he takes full advantage of it.
So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong, but tonight the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.